Hi everyone, I'm RPG, and welcome back to another episode of Project 3 Erolenis. I'm sorry that I took forever to get this episode made. I was busy with other things as well as suffering from artist block. But now I'm back, and I can showcase some Fakemon that I made for the region prior to this video. I'll start with this group of 5 that I posted on Twitter a month ago. One of these Pokemon is actually Stellar from the previous episode. I finally worked on its evolutions, which are also in the photo. Their names are Corustar and Infernova. All 3 of them are fire types with the ability Levitate, although Infernova with its new design is also part psychic. Their original designs weren't terrible, but I felt like they needed to be sprucened up a little. I especially like the direction I took with Infernova's design. To fully evolve a Stellar, you'll have to use a Firestone on it. Of course, you'll have to get it to evolve into Corustar first, which can be done after reaching level 35. It actually has the same requirements as Honedge, which I will confirm that it's getting a regional variant in this project. More on that later though. For now, let's focus on another Ghost-type regional variant, Erolenis and Meowth. Originally I didn't want to make a Meowth variant because I didn't like how it got 2 official ones. But after understanding how cat breeds are made and seeing other fan-made Meowths online, I caved in and made this mischievous ghost cat. It takes inspiration from common associations that black cats have. These include witchcraft, death, and of course, bad luck. Its abilities are Pickup and Prankster, with the hidden ability Competitive. Although not as greedy as Cantonian Meowth, it is egotistical. It'll also get a regional evolution like Berserker, but more witch-like. I'll go over more of it once I make its design, of course. I didn't intend on Ghost being its type at first, but I'm kinda glad I went with it. The last Fakemon in this group was Ghost from the start, however. Meet the carrier Pokemon, Plaguervin. Although modeled after a plague doctor, this crow-like spirit houses powerful toxins that have killed thousands of people in ancient Erolenis. It originally had wings and looked more like this, but back in around April or so, I remade it into a frighteningly tall monster that looks like it's wearing a plague doctor's robe. It's also partially based off of the Menace Grande for Bleach, which explains why it's 9 feet tall. Plaguervin is the first mythical Pokemon in this project. It is Poison Ghost type with the ability Corrosion. I'm proud of myself for making this look less plain than it originally was, and I look forward to making more mythical Pokemon for the region in the future. Now I'll confirm more Erolinian Pokemon that are returning to the project. I'll start with the wire-tailed Pokemon Kaidaku. Kaidaku is the Pikachu clone in Erolenis and Erolenis. It uses the electricity it stores to run super fast. However, it drains more easily when doing this, so it plugs its tail into a nearby outlet in order to recharge. It's a pure electric type with the ability Static and Motor Drive. It also has Lightning Rod for its hidden ability. It's based off of a computer mouse and was first created after I got a newer one for my setup. Its cuteness and computer mouse aesthetic helped it earn a spot in people's hearts as well as the Erolenis region. I'm happy to have it back, honestly. Next is the Sagrivore line. I don't need to say much about this line since I made a whole video about them 2 years ago, but the short story is, they were first created in 2013 and then remade for Erolenis 6 years later. The first stage, Snalfin, is pure water type, while its evolutions Ceratrum and Sagrivore are water dark type. They all have Swift Swim and Tough Claws with their abilities, with Rough Skin being their hidden ability. This line is relatively popular on DeviantArt and even has a Mega Evolution, so how could I not bring it over to Erolenis? They're one of those creations that were just meant to be in the project, you know? The final line I'll reveal is actually the last line made for Erolenis, the Wigwam line. These 2 are based off of earthworms as well as the Lindworm, a kind of dragon that resembles a wingless wyvern. These 2 draconic worms live underground. Wigworm is anxious and easily frightened. It rarely comes out of the ground, but its evolution, Devourworm, is a lot more fierce and battle-ready. Wigworm's pure bug with Rattled for its ability, while Devourworm is bug dragon with sheer force. They both have Swarm for their hidden ability. I would love to bring these guys over to Erolenis because I find their concept very amusing. I also need Dragon-type Pokemon for this region, and they're the only Dragon-type family in the original project. I can even remake these 2 and make them more dragon-like, allowing for the dragon type to spread throughout the line. I might look into that actually. And that is all for this video. I honestly can't believe this project made it this far, especially with my level of productivity. No less than 6 episodes in, and Erolenis is looking to become a really great region. I'm really proud of myself right now. It's been a year since this series came out, and it feels so humbling to see my creations grow and... Wait, can we stop the slideshow for a second? Go back one? Thank you. What? Why'd I stop at Sentinel? Well, here's the thing. If you're a veteran of this series, you'll know that I got a critique on Sentinel before the first episode of Erolenis came out. I took notice of this and revised Sentinel with this critique in mind. But what I failed to realize until now is that I don't think I put enough effort into remaking it. It still has the literal wood armor that it had in its first look, just more toned down. And when compared to Abyssstrom, for example, it's not enough for it to be a legitimate Pokemon. Well, that's all gonna change today. I did remake it once, but now I'm going to remake it the right way. Time to rock my artist block. Several hours later. Behold, the new Sentinel! You have no idea how long this took me to make. I legit took 4 hours to figure out how to draw this thing. I even recorded the footage for a speed art, but had to scrap it, that's how long it took. But now it's done, so I can freaking talk about it. This new design has less wood than the second version, and more or less has the body of Glade. It's a little chunky, but the old Sentinel designs did look a little anorexic. Anyway, as I worked on the design, I did some research and found out there's a set of armor in RuneScape called Nature's Sentinel. So I continued the RPG theme by basing it off of the melee class in RuneScape. This also allows it to stay a fighting type. But what about the claws, you might ask? Well, that's the most unique thing about this Sentinel. You see, the gauntlets on the old elves were one step away from resembling the claw weapon in RuneScape. So I added sharp leaf claws to these gauntlets and turned them into the wooden version of the chaotic claws, for example. I'm really happy with this new Sentinel. I really struggled to make it more Pokemon-like while keeping its ambitious inspiration intact. I feel like now I hit that balance despite the results being almost completely different from the other versions. Although this is a veteran to Erolenis, I suppose a refresher on it wouldn't hurt. Like all grass starters, it has Overgrowth for its ability, but it also has the hidden ability Defiant. It has a near unbreakable spirit and can be seen protecting smaller Pokemon from bigger threats. No doubt will this Pokemon have your back, especially now that it's armed with moves like Slash and its new signature move, Forest Claw. It's an 80 base power physical grass move with a chance of flinching the opponent. Revisions to its pre-evolutions, Oakand and Avenger, will also be revealed in the future. Okay, now that's all for this video. Be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more. If you want to catch up on previous episodes in the series, check out the official playlist in the description below. For content in general, links to my DeviantArt and now Twitter are in the description as well. This is RedParagonG signing off for now, and until next time, keep on rocking!